JoJo Siwa never expected her life to change in a matter of weeks. When she signed on to join the 2025 season of Celebrity Big Brother UK, she was in what she called a comfortable but complicated relationship with Australian content creator Kath Ebbs. She had just wrapped a tour leg in North America, juggling her YouTube content, brand partnerships, and a $1 million hair bow empire. To the outside world, JoJo's life was colorful, loud, and thriving. But what she didn't show? Not. Yet, was that behind the cameras? Things were quietly unraveling. Entering the Big Brother house was meant to be fun. "I knew there'd be drama and challenges," JoJo said in her This Morning interview. "You expect that. You even kind of sign up for it. But what you don't anticipate is how deeply being removed from your entire world messes with your thoughts." Within 3 days in the house, JoJo found herself face to face with truths she'd avoided for too long. The most pressing of those? She wasn't happy, and hadn't been for some time, while the cameras showed her laughing through challenges and bonding with fellow housemates. The internal struggle was real. The walls of the house, bright, padded, and intentionally surreal, became a mental and emotional chamber. "You sit in silence with yourself," she explained, "and for the first time in a long time, I started to admit how I'd been feeling. For months. I wasn't in love anymore. And I wasn't being loved in the way I needed." At the same time, a friendship with Chris Hughes, a man she'd never met before the show, was growing stronger every day. The former Love Island heartthrob was kind, grounded, and, as JoJo would later admit, unexpectedly emotionally intelligent. Chris, on his part, had no preconceived notions of JoJo. To him, she wasn't a pop icon or YouTube superstar. She was just Jo, the funny American girl who loved neon, told the truth too often, and had a laugh that could cut through any tension. Their bond grew organically. It started with light teasing during a kitchen task and evolved into late-night whispers in the shared bedroom. "I don't think I realized how much I needed someone to simply listen," JoJo later confessed. "Chris he got it. He wasn't trying to fix me or tell me what to do. He just sat there. And in that silence, I found clarity." By the end of the second week, their closeness was obvious not only to viewers, but to other housemates. Some speculated about a budding romance. Others wondered whether it was simply platonic intimacy. The truth, according to both JoJo and Chris, was somewhere in between. "It's a soulmate friendship," JoJo said on This Morning. "That's what I call it. It's not a regular friendship, it's deeper than that. But it doesn't need to be romantic to be real." Still, the timing of JoJo's split from Kath Ebbs sent shockwaves. The breakup happened at the Big Brother wrap party, a moment JoJo said was never supposed to go public. Initially believing Kath wouldn't attend the event, JoJo had planned to speak privately at a later date. But when Kath showed up unexpectedly, the conversation happened on the spot. "They asked me, 'Are you happy?' And I said no," JoJo recalled. "One thing led to another. I didn't go there to hurt anyone. I just couldn't lie anymore." Online, the reaction was polarizing. Many applauded JoJo for choosing her peace. Others accused her of being insensitive. As usual, social media turned into a battleground of assumptions, with hashtags like #NarmTeamKath and #FreeJoJo trending across TikTok and Twitter. Then came Olivia Attwood, the Love Island alum, and Chris Hughes. X wasn't directly involved, but she wasn't silent either. In response to a fan-made TikTok about JoJo and Chris, Olivia dropped a comment that simply read, "She's really famous." 6 words. That's all it took to spark a wave of discourse that lasted weeks. The subtext was clear. Olivia was suggesting Chris was chasing fame through JoJo. Immediately, fans began choosing sides. Some supported Olivia's bluntness. Others accused her of jealousy. Olivia doubled down, releasing a string of TikTok videos defending her position. "I've known Chris," she said in one clip. "I have every right to voice my opinion. And if you don't like that, scroll." She continued, "It's always a man or an unattractive woman who wants to silence women with opinions. I'm not mad, I'm married, I'm 30, I'm good." Back in LA, JoJo remained silent about Olivia's commentary, choosing not to dignify it with a response. Chris, for his part, offered a diplomatic take. "Olivia's entitled to her thoughts. I'm focused on my present, not the past." And the present was becoming increasingly intertwined with JoJo. Concert-goers began spotting Chris backstage at JoJo's shows. She dedicated songs to him. Paparazzi caught the two shopping, hugging in parking lots, and even vacationing briefly in Lake Como. Their social media pages remained low-key, but fans reading between the lines saw it all. Matching locations, subtle. Instagram likes, and cryptic captions. She makes me laugh like no one else, Chris admitted in an interview. Whether that's friendship or something more, I don't know yet, but it's rare, and I'm holding on to it. As the JoJo Chris story continued to spread, fans weren't just observing, they were participating. TikTok was ablaze with breakdowns of their body language, slow-motion clips of intimate moments inside the house, and commentary videos debating whether their connection was romantic or platonic. On Twitter, stan accounts went into overdrive creating ship names like Narkso Hughes and Non Chris Joe. Fan edits, often set to Taylor Swift tracks or JoJo's own music, flooded timelines. One viral post even showed a side-by-side of JoJo during a confessional, and Chris watching her from across the room with the caption, "If he wanted to, he would." This digital frenzy brought even more attention to JoJo's decision to end things with Kath. Kath, who had been silent initially, eventually took to Instagram stories with a somber video that simply said, "I'm healing. Please don't attack anyone on my behalf." The short message was enough to stoke even more curiosity. Was she blindsided? Had she suspected something while JoJo was in the house? A few outlets claimed Kath had flown to London unannounced before the wrap party, but those reports were never confirmed. JoJo, trying to maintain her emotional boundaries, kept her response private. But in a post-show interview, she offered a moment of reflection. Kath is a good person. Sometimes relationships end not because someone's bad, but because we outgrow what no longer feels right. I think we both knew, deep down, we weren't. Forever. While that might have brought some closure, it didn't stop media speculation. Every action JoJo took, from what she wore to who she stood next to, was dissected for meaning. The press branded her everything from empowered to reckless, depending on which outlet you read. One UK tabloid even ran a headline, "Is JoJo Siwa Britain's new reality sweetheart or just playing the game?" Meanwhile, Chris was getting his own share of attention. Known to British audiences for his sensitive side on Love Island, Chris was now being viewed through a different lens. He wasn't just a TV personality anymore, he was JoJo Siwa's possible boyfriend. And with that came scrutiny. Former castmates defended him, praising his loyalty and maturity. "Chris is the type of guy who'll carry your groceries and never ask for credit," said one anonymous Love Island alum. "People don't give him enough credit." Chris, unfazed, focused on supporting JoJo. He was spotted visiting her during rehearsals, sending flowers to her dressing room, and even filming lighthearted TikToks with her production team. Though they maintained their "we're just friends" narrative, the intimacy was clear. Inside the celebrity Big Brother house, their relationship had started innocently. A spilled smoothie, a shared blanket, a joke during a group game. It all built a sense of familiarity that became essential for both of them. But there was a moment, not captured fully by cameras, that JoJo later said changed everything. "It was the night I had a breakdown," she shared. "I didn't even realize how much I'd been carrying until I started sobbing." Chris didn't say anything. He just sat with me, let me cry, and when I was done, he handed me his hoodie and said, "Now you can be warm and brave." I'll never forget that. Fans didn't forget either. The image of Chris wrapping JoJo in his hoodie became a symbol of emotional vulnerability, and TikTok creators reenacted the scene with their own twists, adding layers of fanfiction energy to the real-life drama. But not everyone was buying the fairy tale. Olivia Attwood, already vocal about her opinion, continued weighing in through podcast appearances and tweets. "I know Chris," she said on one podcast. "This isn't shade, but he's not new to the idea of attention, and he knows how to use it." When asked if she thought his connection with JoJo was real, she paused before answering, "It might be, but the timing, it's very strategic." Backlash against Olivia was swift. Many accused her of being bitter, clout-chasing, or trying to insert herself into a narrative that no longer involved her. But a significant number of fans appreciated her bluntness. One viral tweet read, "You don't have to like Olivia Attwood to admit she's often the only one saying what others are thinking." Amid the noise, JoJo continued performing, filming, and living her life. But she also started setting clearer boundaries. Her team tightened access to her social media DMs. Interviews became more curated. Paparazzi sightings became less frequent. Follow, like, and subscribe to Celeb Scoop 247, your go-to for exclusive updates, breaking gossip, and in-depth deep dives into the stars you love and love to talk.